Top 10 richest people in history. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, both of whom have billions of dollars in their bank accounts, are the richest people in the world right now. Because of their enormous worths, some individuals believe that no one has ever attained such a degree of riches. However, if we go back in time and make an effort to account for inflation, we can see that there have been even wealthier persons whose fortunes have contributed to half of the global GDP. So, in today's video, we present to you the top 10 richest people in history. Hello guys, this is the Luxury Channel. For more incredible videos like this one, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and spread the word. Even while it is interesting to speculate about the wealth of historical figures, it is quite difficult to compile a list that is both complete and accurate. So enjoy this list of richest historical figures, but remember that the figures on this list may vary depending on who you ask. Number 10. Muammar Gaddafi, 1942 to 2011, $200 billion. During his 41 years in power in the most oil-rich nation of Libya, Muammar Gaddafi was able to siphon off public resources and turn them into personal fortune. In truth, there was a lot of overlap between the state's and its leaders' accounts. Gaddafi had access to funds stored by official agencies, like the Libyan Investment Authority and the Central Bank of Libya, and he could remove funds whenever he wanted. Gaddafi made investments in Italian bottling companies, shopping malls in London, and homes in the UK. Only 37 billion of Gaddafi's assets have so far been located in Britain and Germany. He sold a fifth of Libya's gold reserves just before he passed away, and the majority of his sales earnings are still missing. We wonder where that is. Number 9. William the Conqueror, 1028 to 1087, $229.5 billion. William the Conqueror, who reigned as King William I of England from 1066 to 1087, is known for his invasion and conquest of England, and looting the treasure and lands from Sussex to Yorkshire, and his victory over Earl Harold Godwinson at the Battle of Hastings in 1066. Since England was the only nation with a land holdings tax system, William enjoyed a reliable and steady income stream known as Danegeld simply by holding the crown. So William not only benefited from being king and having access to public monies, but he was also the largest private landowner in the nation. He spent his enormous wealth on a variety of things, such as tapestries and castles, notably the renowned White Tower at the Tower of London. Number 8. Mir Osman Ali Khan, 1886 to 1967, $230 billion. Time magazine declared Mir Osman Ali Khan to be the richest person in the world in 1937. The Khan had his own mint, which he used to print his own money, the Hyder Abadi Ruby, during his tenure as the final Nizam of Hyderabad state in British India, 1911 to 1948. It is said that Mir Osman Ali Khan owned 50 Rolls-Royces. Additionally, he was believed to have a private treasury with 100 million euros in gold and silver bullion, as well as an additional 400 million in jewelry. At the time, he was the owner of the Golconda mines, the only source of diamonds in the entire world. The JAKOB diamond, which he used as a paperweight in his office and was valued at almost 50 million euros, was one of the discoveries in the mine. Nevertheless, despite all of his wealth, he was a kind-hearted leader who made a sincere effort to advance science, construction, and public education. Number 7. Elon Musk, $242 billion. Finally, a name that is well known to most people. Elon Reeve Musk is an industrial designer, entrepreneur in technology, engineer, and philanthropist. He is the 7th richest individual in history, with a phenomenal net worth of $242 billion as of June 2022. Musk co-founded PayPal, which was acquired by eBay in 2002 for $2.5 billion, after his first software company, Zip2, was acquired in 1999 for $307 million. He obtained his current position as CEO of the electric vehicle company after becoming a significant investor in Tesla Motors, now Tesla, in 2004. In addition, Musk founded The Boring Company, serves as CEO and Chief Engineer of Space Exploration Technologies, or SpaceX, and is a co-founder of several other businesses, including the brain technology firm Neuralink. Number 6. Tsar Nicholas II, 1868 to 1918, $300 billion. From 1894 until the February Revolution of 1917, the Russian Empire was ruled by Tsar Nicholas II of Russia, born Nikolai Alexandrovich in 1868 into the House of Romanov. At the age of 48, his wealth was estimated to be worth up to $881 million, or $290 billion today. The Russian Orthodox Church declared him, his wife, and his children martyrs after they were killed in 1918 by the Bolsheviks, making him the richest saint in history as well as the wealthiest monarch and head of state in history. He is also wealthier than the combined wealth of the top 20 Russian billionaires of the 21st century, according to today's measure of net worth. His net worth at the time of his death was $900 million, which, after inflation, would be comparable to $300 billion today. Number 5. JAKOB FUGGER, 1459 to 1525, $328 billion. At number 5 is German banker JAKOB FUGGER, whose nickname was, appropriately enough, Jakob the Rich. He was the richest man in Europe in the early 16th century and a pioneer in banking, trade, and mining. The immense fortune of his family was initially accumulated through the commerce in Italian fabric, but the major benefit came in the 1490s when they established their monopoly over the extraction of priceless copper. Jakob became Mr. Moneybags and the Imperial Habsburg dynasty's personal banker, and as a result, some of the most important political events of the early 16th century were financed by his bottomless purses. Martin Luther even spoke out against him because of the controversy surrounding his business practices and his alleged dubious ways. Number 4. John D. Rockefeller, 1839 to 1937, $367 billion. Rockefeller and a few other business partners established Standard Oil in Ohio. As kerosene and gasoline gained in value, Rockefeller's wealth increased, making him the richest person in the world and the first American to have a net worth of $1 billion or more. At its peak, Standard Oil Company generated 90 to 95% of the oil based in the US. If it weren't for the government antitrust authorities forcing him to break up his firms, Rockefeller may have been considerably wealthier. Rockefeller's wealth was primarily used for philanthropy during the last 40 years of his life, which he spent in retirement. He founded organizations that had a significant impact on science, education, and medicine. His foundations helped to eradicate yellow fever and hookworm and were crucial in the advancement of medical science. Number 3. Andrew Carnegie, 1835 to 1919, $372 billion. Andrew Carnegie was born in Scotland to a low-income family that later immigrated to the United States. Soon after his arrival, young Andrew began working as a bobbin boy in a factory, earning $1.20 per week. By 1865, his income had increased to $50,000. Andrew Carnegie may be the wealthiest American of all time, despite the fact that Rockefeller receives most of the attention. According to current values, the Scottish immigrant who sold his business, U.S. Steel, to J.P. Morgan in 1901 for $480 million may be holding on to as much as $372 billion in today's dollars. And although his fortune was significant enough to rank him as the third richest person in history, Carnegie stands out from the crowd due to his extraordinary philanthropy, which continues to this day to define his legacy. In total, he donated nearly 90% of his fortune to different charity causes. His life has frequently been described as a genuine rags-to-riches tale. Perhaps this explains why he was so passionate about giving, having already experienced what it was like to not have himself. Number 2. Augustus Caesar, 63 BC to 14 AD, $4.6 trillion. From 27 BC to 14 AD, Augustus ruled the Roman Empire in the wake of his father Julius Caesar's demise. He was one of the most effective rulers who oversaw Rome's conversion from a republic to an empire. First Roman Emperor Augustus Caesar had a personal fortune that was equal to a fifth of the entire economy of his empire, in addition to once having all of Egypt under his direct control. To put things in perspective, the Roman Empire under Augustus was in charge of about 25 to 30% of global economic activity. It is estimated that his personal wealth was close to 1/5 of the empire's GDP, or about $4.6 trillion in today's money. Number 1. Mansa Musa, 1280 to 1337, immeasurable wealth. The monarch of Timbuktu, Mansa Musa, is frequently referred to as the richest person in history. How wealthy was Musa really? It's simply impossible to estimate his wealth with any degree of accuracy. Records are scant, if not non-existent, and modern accounts of the king's wealth use fantastical comparisons. He was essentially compared by Arab historians to Prince Ali from Disney's Aladdin, arriving in town with an absurdly extravagant parade. Mansa Musa led such a fascinating life that we made a video about him titled The Richest Man in History. Make sure to check it out. If you haven't done so already, kindly click the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. Bye for now.